enjoy the ride with Crystal Peach.
Okay, so we have discussed that you're on the school board.
Yes.
And I feel like, and this is just my opinion, whether you're working for the school district or you're volunteering for the school district or you're on the school board, it's a daunting task because you're never right. Regardless to what you do, someone's always poking and prodding, and it's like a lose-lose situation.
Right.
Why would you voluntarily put yourself into something like that?
Yeah, so once again, you have to have your heart in the right place. You have to want to serve, and we'll make this specific to Beaumont ISD. You have to want to see it get better.
Okay.
You have to. And then contrary to what people say, we're not always wrong. We've been right a lot in my almost 2 years on the school board, but we just don't get the publicity when things are right. We're really focused on re-envisioning or remediating 2 of our campuses, and that stuff's going really, really good. We reported out twice on some scores that we were impressed with. We were ahead of target on so many of our goals that we reported out month in and month out, but those things never see the light of day. But we continue to see the violence and the fights, and that makes the community distrusting of what's going on in the school district. So that makes it hard for people to run for office, I'll tell you that much, because they don't want to take the abuse, and they don't want to take the beating, and they don't want to be criticized for a number of things that sometimes you may not even have control over. But we need more people to want it, and it's the only way that we're going to fix our school district.
Now, you talked about the violence and the school fighting. What do you think, and again, I know, you're not expert, but what do you think is the root cause of that?
So, not to make excuses, but what I tell people all the time is those kids didn't just spring up through the sidewalks and cracks at the high schools. They came from our city. And the problems they had at home or in their neighborhood didn't stop at the stoop of the schoolhouse.
Right.
They brought those problems right in with them. Abuse, mental, sexual, drug in the home, poverty on some levels. You name the circumstances that our children are faced with, and we have to educate those children in spite of it all. And so when you look at our district, a district that is classified as economically disadvantaged, everyone, when they do the PEBT for pandemic Lone Star Assistance food stamps, all of our kids qualify for it. Now, whether you cash in on it or not, or you take advantage or not, our district is classified in that way because of the socioeconomic status of most of the children in our district. So that's difficult to educate through. We've helped homeless students. We've helped students with parents who are sick and bedridden. We take all those problems home with us every night, and we still educate our students in spite of it. And the violence is, once again, the loss of accountability in our culture and our society. We've managed to devalue relationships and life to an extent, because if the only thing you and I can do is fight it out over something we disagree in, that means I don't respect your life and you don't respect mine.
Right.
And that means you don't respect me as a person, I don't respect you, and we've completely devalued any type of relationship we had or could have ever had. And I think we need to start teaching kids again how to establish boundaries in relationships and respect for one another. I think that we need to culturally look at ourselves in the mirror and say, what do we want for ourselves? And when I say ourselves, I'm talking about black people. What do we want for ourselves moving forward? Do we want a situation where we can have good lives and be on the same playing field with everybody else, or do we want to be a race of second-class citizens? Because when we look at our jails, juvenile detention centers, the place where I spend days, weeks, hours there. If it's 95% of the people look like me, something's got to change and something's got to give. That means more people like me better be getting down into the trenches and figuring this thing out, or we will be headed to a race of second-class citizens. And it's not anyone's fault.
Mm-hmm.
It's just where we are as a people, and then where we need to start taking a hard look at ourselves and saying, what do we want to do and what do we want for our future? So, you know.
You have a passion for youth. You're a mentor,
Mm-hmm.
you're at the Juvenile Justice Center, you're on the school board. Where does that passion come from?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think my mom put a lot of it in me because she was real passionate with youth. I don't know. But it's been a blessing, I'll tell you that much, because it's been meaningful and fruitful and just good for me. Very gratifying to be able to pour into someone and see them come out on the other end successful when maybe they otherwise wouldn't have been able to change the trajectory of their life. So I don't know. Just a gift, I guess.
Yeah. Definitely. So this next question, I'm very excited to ask a man because I don't think men are ever asked this question. I think it's 100% women that get asked this question. Maybe you know where I'm going with this.
I don't know yet.
But you work.
I work.
You're on the school board.
I'm on the school board.
You're the Republican chair for Jefferson County, Texas.
I am.
You volunteer.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the Juvenile Justice Center and countless other things that we just don't have time to name right now.
Right.
And you have 3 daughters.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, how do you do it all? How do you balance work and life?
No matter what I'm doing, I'm running out of time. I'll start there.
Okay.
I'm always running out of time. I don't know. I think it starts with my kids because my girls have seen me do it for so long, and they're pretty sufficient now as far as, like I told you earlier, 2 of them are driving.
Mm-hmm.
The third one will probably be driving by this summer. She'll have her own car. So they're very helpful. And I don't know, you just do it.
Mm-hmm.
You just do it. And there's sometimes some late nights and some early mornings, but what's your purpose if not? And as long as I'm doing it and I like doing it, like I made myself get away for Christmas.
Okay.
I took 1 week. It's not really a lot, and by the end of the week, I was already starting to transition back into working. But I took a week to just say I'm gonna not do anything. I'm gonna leave and stay off the grid, and it was pretty good. But by the end of the week, I was once again ready to get back into the swing of things. And so I feel like as long as I love it, and the Lord keeps giving me the energy to do it, I better keep doing it.
Okay.
I really feel like I don't know what I'm on to. I'm on to something. Like I'm doing something, and I know I'm doing it for the right. It's obedience. Like so I know, So. And I don't know what it'll lead to, but I know if I just walk by faith, I guess.
Yes.
It's going to lead to something.
Yes. When you figure it out, come back and sit and talk to
me.
me.
And I don't necessarily think it's for me. I think it's just for everybody. I think it's in something around here.
It never really is for you. It's always for other people that will benefit from.
Right.
So you were talking about your purpose and kind of the work-life balance. What is your purpose or your intention for being the Republican chair?
I think from this seat, I can help individuals attain their goals and dreams that will ultimately help our community, our city, our county, get to the point where it can obtain its hopes and dreams.
Okay.
So, as the chairman, and I would never really say this or call myself this or term myself as, they call you a kingmaker almost, right?
Okay.
So, because you're in charge of putting all the principalities in place, like you got to build these kingdoms, And so, if that's truly my role, then I have to make sure that I'm putting quality people in these seats, in these positions, in these places. And if I do that, because I can't do it for myself.
Ride with Chris